4 brings us to the beautiful sunny state of Nevada, where Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas will play host to a big-time cross-conference matchup. The 2-1 Chicago Bears are on the road today after a crazy, miraculous winning play against the Dallas Cowboys a week ago, taking on the 1-2 Las Vegas Raiders with rookie phenom Ashton Jeanty holding down the backfield. Vegas trying to get back to 500 on the season, and Chicago trying to stay stride for stride with the top of the NFC North. A lot of competition there between the Packers, Lions, Vikings, and Bears, and it's very important not to miss a step against a team that Chicago should beat, given the kind of performances they have put on so far this season. Should be a heck of a battle, though, between Caleb Williams and Geno Smith here in Game 2 of our doubleheader, as we are underway with a kickoff. And a return taken from the 6-yard line, and Chicago will begin their day from across the 30 down to the 33. Here comes QB1 Caleb Williams, who delivered a psychotic game-winning touchdown, 70 yards to Luther Burden to win the game for Chicago last week. Crazy final minute that featured 20 points between the two teams. Dallas's hearts were broken, and for once, Chicago hearts were made a bliss. Bears, though, begin with the football. Caleb Williams from the pistol, and the 33-yard line got a handoff in the backfield. DeAndre Swift is hit down hard after a pickup of just a yard. One up a sub, one up Bolt. And I actually failed to even get my rosters together. I had a very interesting last about hour. But we are back and ready to go. Bears pick up a yard on their opening play. Raider fans getting loud here inside of Allegiant Stadium. One of, if not the newest in the NFL, and a TFL deliver there. DeAndre Swift will lose a yard. And that time, the Bears get the worst end of it, meaning the Chicago offense. Caleb Williams at QB1, DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson at running back, DJ Moore, Robinson, Luther Burden at wide receiver, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland at the tight end positions. Raiders showing a blitz of 5 here on a 3rd and 10. That's how many they rush. Here goes Williams, steps up in the pocket, gonna take off and pick up the first down and then some. A 20-yard rush. Bears begin on the front foot on 3rd down, succeeding and converting. What up, A-Rod? Chicago into enemy territory on their opening possession. Jermaine Pratt mentioned. Very true. No more Christian Wilkins for the Las Vegas Raiders as they lose him to a couple of deals. There up the middle goes DeAndre Swift, bouncing off a tackle and picking up a miraculous 8 yards. You are not late, A-Rod. Or Arturo, my apologies. You are not late whatsoever. I'm late to my own show. Funny enough. But good to have you here as well, as the Raiders give up 8 yards that time around. 2 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. Here goes Williams, well protected, going deep downfield, one-on-one catch made, and the end zone is found. Chicago strikes first. Olamide Zaccheaus had the game-leading touchdown late in the 4th quarter last week, and one heck of an effort there, goes through one tackle and finds the end zone. Chicago ahead early. Wow. Bears going crazy. Darnay Holmes gets fried there in coverage and couldn't even make the tackle. 7:49 to go. Chicago ahead in the 1st quarter. Extra point coming up here for Cairo Santos. Snap, hold are good. Kick is up and good as well. Bears lead 7-0. What up, AR Universe? Blame this on Jermaine Pratt. It might be his fault, low-key. 3rd quarter interception. I'll be holding you to that word if it happens. Raiders going to have to respond here, see if they can. Chicago off to a hot start on the offensive end. Raiders had them where they wanted them on that long 3rd and 10. Just didn't happen. Bears, though, on the kickoff. Raiders will begin with the football from the destination of this return, which is just as good and even a yard better, out to the 34. What up, Trey? Pick'em split for today, 24-7 in favor of the Chicago Bears, a team that pulled off a couple miracles last week. Insane finish After that game against Dallas, they fall to 1-2. Bears rise to 2-1. Trying to get to 3-1 here, just like last year, before the season toppled on top of itself. Here goes the rookie, Ashton Jeanty, showing terrific patience on his first carry. It's a 6-yard pickup. Their defense going to have to bear down big time as we meet the Raider offense for today. Gino at QB1, Ashton Jeanty, Raheem Mostert in the backfield, Myers, Tucker, and Besh at the wide receiver, Bowers and Meyer at tight end. Jeanty picks up 6 on the opening play. Handoff goes right back to him, and he'll pick up the first down. That's a 5-yard pickup on his second carry. Raiders heading now in the correct direction. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. This game might be a little bit longer than our previous set. A very quick stream. Ravens fall to the Chiefs 19-24 earlier this evening. Vegas trying to give Chicago a run for their money. Third consecutive handoff to Jeanty, and this time Chicago sniffs it out. Tackle is made there at the 45-yard line as we meet the Bear defense. Montez Sweat, Tayo Adeyingbo, Grady Jarrett, Gervin Dexter at defensive line. Linebackers of TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Noah Sewell, Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Nick McLeod make up the corners, Shaquan Brisker, and Kevin Byard at the safeties. Bear defense has been doing a pretty good job all year, but their offense has been significantly better. Handoff goes to Jeanty, bounces it outside, breaks one tackle, and he'll take that one for 7. Geno Smith has the easiest job in America today. Hand the ball off to number 2. Off to a hot start. Don't want to overuse him, though, and risk a potential injury. 48 yards to a tie game here are the Raiders. Michael Mayer checks in now as a fullback on a 3rd and 2. Handoff goes to Jeanty. Once again picks up a first down. 5 plays, 5 carries. Drive alive. This guy loves to do all the heavy lifting. Carry that Boise State team all the way to the college football playoff and nearly stole a game from Penn State. One heck of a season. A shame he didn't win the Heisman. Raiders have all the faith there, getting everything from number 2. Geno's opening pass is a touch pass. Caught by Michael Mayer out in space inside the 30. And a 3rd first down for Las Vegas. Raiders doing good early, at least offensively. They now have more first downs than Chicago. Perhaps just not moving as quickly down the field. Diligently, though, nonetheless. We hit the midway point of the opening quarter. Man in motion here. Looks like the rookie out of Oregon. Geno backpedaling. Got to be careful. Pocket starting to break down. Steps right, and he's swallowed whole. 12-yard loss of the play. Grady Jarrett in the backfield to meet him at the 41-yard line. How about that? Geno's imaginary alarm clock did not go off in time. Press snooze and pay the price. Late to the party as he is sacked. 2nd and 22 now. Might be out of range for an Ashton Jeanty rush here. Geno going to have to earn it back himself across the middle. Little touch pass there. Caught for a minimal gain. That is Trey Tucker. Picks up 4. 3rd and 18 now. Would be a 55-yarder from here for the great Daniel Carlson. Raiders, though, would like to not settle. Got to find the red zone here on a 3rd and 18 from the Chicago 37. Geno going to backpedal, find a screen pass out there to Ashton Jeanty, and a tackle made after a 6-yard gain. Raiders get some yardage back, but not nearly enough. They will likely have to settle. What up, Nicardi Leggett? Finally caught alive. Just want to say keep pounding. Panthers winning the South this year. I would agree. Appreciate your support on the channel. Carlson on now for a 48-yard attempt. Trying to get the Raiders on the board here. And keeping and running with this Chicago offense. Kick is up, and it is good. Raiders on the board. 7-3 as their drive comes to a sad and abrupt end with the sack taken there. Not too pretty. Got to deal with what they got to deal with, though. 3:17 left to go in the first quarter. Sorry they're not meeting your standards, Arturo. Bears on the return from the 5 as their offense tries to do just what they did on their previous possession. Caleb Williams back to it. And an absolute monster touchdown on the opening drive to Olamide Zaccheaus. A lot of former Falcons getting loved on here by this Bears team. Grady Jarrett had that sack on the previous drive as well. 3:12 left to go in the first quarter. Williams under center at the 29. Handoff goes inside and up the middle. DeAndre Swift will pick up 3. Time is going to start ticking away here. We got to make the Raider defense here. Still yet to do that. Max Crosby, Malcolm Coates, Adam Butler, and Lecky Fotu with the defensive line. Devin White and Landon Roberts, Tommy Eichenberg at linebacker. Jacorian Bennett, Eric Stokes, Darnay Holmes at corner. Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Polamau at the safety. Raider defense trying to make their first stop here. 2nd and 7. Williams going deep downfield. Busted coverage and a walk-in touchdown, 68 yards. Ramadunze. What a throw from Caleb Williams off his back hip, and he fires that one perfectly in stride. Raiders caught napping. Bears take advantage. A 10-point advantage. Wide open. What up, King Chevalier? Double stream today because I missed yesterday technically. Technically didn't. What up, Billy O? OMG is right. What a throw from Caleb. Rome is built today. I love it. Extra point coming up here for Cairo Santos. It is an 11-point Chicago advantage. 2 plays, 71 yards. Caleb Williams going crazy. It's all good, Billy O. Appreciate your company here. It is a small crowd for such a late stream. So any commenters I can have, I am more than happy to have here. Billy O cheering for the Raiders today here too. Can appreciate that. Vegas had their first win in 2 streaming seasons against the LA Chargers in week 2. Monday Night Football victory. Trying to get to 500 with a win here today. Looking anything but easy. Today you doing Friday's game? I mean, yeah. Today is Friday. That'll do it. Raiders take over. Return taken from the 4-yard line. And this one not nearly as good. Out to the 25. Only 9 people in here. Like up the stream if you haven't yet already. Going to really use some good likes to push this one out to everybody not joining us yet. Bears off to a hot start. Defense back on the field for Chicago. Not a very long break there for Geno Smith. Back under center. And the handoff goes to Ashton Jency. He'll lose 2. Grady Jarrett again. 2:20 left to go now in the first quarter, and the Raiders are doing nothing but heading in the wrong direction. Hey, Arturo, all I do is press the sim button, man. I wish I could help you, Raiders. Linebackers on the line of scrimmage here. Handoff goes to Jency. Got a block out in front and a big hole in front of him. Up to the 42, gain of 20. Offense moving in the right direction now on the back of number 2. That is his 7th carry of this young afternoon. Almost had a stiff arm there, and he was gone if he could have controlled that arm bar. Thornton in press coverage up top had a deep touchdown last week, or a deep reception rather, in their loss against Washington. Brock Bowers getting going. His first catch of the afternoon. It's a 1-yard check down. Yeah, still no love yet for DJ Moore, unfortunately. I am needing a big game from him today. That is rough. Is what it is, though. Beggars can't be choosers. Final minute now of the opening quarter. Another handoff to Ashton Jency. What a hit. Kyler Gordon just delivered to the rookie. Did see Shamar Stewart finally sign. Finally is the correct detail in that sentence. If I was on the Raiders, they'd be winning right now, too. I'm telling you, man. They just do it to themselves. Vegas faces a 3rd and 8 here at the 43. Delayed handoff is not going to Jency. Good block out in front. Never enough, though. Sacked again. Geno Smith sat down on a Yingbo. 4th and 16. Raiders going to punt again. Yeah, their defense is not doing themselves any favors, but man, the offense flat-footed just as much. Yeah, I'm a DJ Moore fantasy owner currently. Not feeling too happy. And the punt here for the Raiders. A.J. Cole puts his foot through this one. Terrific punt return from the 12-yard line. And the Bears will begin their third drive at the 23 in the second quarter. It is the Bears 14, the Raiders 3 at the end of one. What up, Job Easy? You get the contract he was open for? I would think so. 4 years, $18 million. Although I'm hearing that is the base contract for a first rounder. I'm just happy that whole drama's finally over. That was a crazy couple of weeks. Chicago looking for another quick touchdown drive here. Handoff goes up the middle, and that'll lose a yard. DeAndre Swift finally with a negative rush in this one. Big Leki Fotu with the tackle. What a Flash Gordon, 14-3. Ouch, yeah. Ugly start for that Raider defense, giving up 2 deep touchdown passes to Caleb Williams. 2nd and 11, shotgun formation. Handoff goes this time to DeAndre Swift. A marker is down in the vicinity of offensive holding. And maybe now Chicago going to start hurting themselves. And that is the case this time. Jonah Jackson that time. Guilty of the hold. The Raiders benefit from the penalty. 2nd and 19 coming up now after that mistake. First penalty of the game goes against Chicago. 2nd and 19 as a result. Williams going to check this one down. Complete. Cole Kmet gains 6. How'd I know, Jonah? There's usually 1 or 2 guys that you can always bet on it to be. 3rd down and a baker's dozen. Raider fans getting loud inside of Allegiant Stadium. Just got to protect the 33.5-yard line here. Williams backpedaling, sets up a screen, never broke free. And the Vegas Raiders finally stand tall. 3 and out for Chicago. And no catch for DJ Moore once again. $100 on the line, make the Raiders win at all costs. Hey, man, they're doing better. Torrey Taylor, Iowa Hawkeye on for the punt. First of the game. Caleb said he wouldn't be doing very much of that. Did a whole lot of that last season, though. Trey Tucker on the return loses his balance at the 37. Gino will take back over. Ashton Jedsey been an absolute workhorse today. 8 carries, 40 yards, 5 yards a carry. Looking for another touchdown to add to his resume. I believe he's had one in each week so far this season. Maybe he didn't have one last week. I think Brock Bowers had 2. And I'm not sure the Raiders found the end zone other than that. This calls for celebration. Shout out Raider defense. Geno Smith back to it here from the pistol. Low snap is collected. Takes a couple of steps back. Now steps up and is sacked again. Grady Jarrett. And I have no idea why they're considering that to be a tackle. I guess that's Madden logic for you. That is a design pass. Therefore, that is absolutely a sack. One heck of a play there from Jarrett. That is number 2 for the former Atlanta Falcon. Again, the Bears reaping all the benefits of all of Atlanta's former. 4-yard loss there for Geno. Jedsey going to try to earn those yards back, and he can't do that. Just a gain of 2. Anybody getting over to Geno blind? He's got a lot of pressure in his face, though. This Bears defensive line not to be messed with. To be fair, having an offense with Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Thornton Jr., the rookie, and Brock Bowers, not the strongest offense. Young up-and-coming tight end, though, trying to help out here as Geno goes left side, deep downfield, and this time it works out to perfection. Trey Tucker pulls free in the secondary. Raiders back within field goal range. They are absolutely battling. You have to give them at least that much credit. Defense woke up. Maybe spark something to the offense here. 2 tight ends set from the Chicago 34. Handoff goes left side to Ashton Jedsey. Running room in front of him inside the red zone. 17-yard pickup. Raiders running the football time and time again. What up, Sid? Who are you? Brock Bowers got to lock in. Bro, DJ Moore has no yards. At least Bowers is a catch for a yard. But yeah, not looking good for us, my friend. Not at all. I formation here for the Raiders. Michael Meyer as the fullback. Gino off the play action, goes back, corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Brock Bowers, as he kicks the back pylon in celebration. Well, there you go, Santorio. You ask and you receive. What a ball here from Gino Smith. Puts that one in an absolutely perfect slot. Brock Bowers gets the feet down, and the Raiders into the end zone. That is a big-time touchdown for the fantasy purposes. 14-9. Chicago's lead is trimmed. Yeah, Tucker changed from 11-1 very recently, actually. Yours is coming? I hope so. I was hoping that last deep ball would have been him. Who would have thought Zacchaeus Inadunze would be the first two Bears touchdowns today? Extra point here from Daniel Carlson. On the way and good. 6:46 to go in the second quarter. Raiders find the end zone, trim the deficit down to 4. 5-play, 63-yard drive. And the Bears will take back over. What up, Pickle Football? See if the Bears can pull this one out. Mentioned earlier, the pickup heavily favoring Chicago. 24-7. That is a 77. It's a 23% advantage. Yeah, Bowers legitimately had a single catch for a single yard previous to you coming in here and changing that yourself, Sansorio. Kickoff all the way from Daniel Carlson. I hope Artsuro liked that one. Raiders will kick. Chicago will return from inside the 5-yard line out to the 27. And out comes Caleb Williams. Devin Duvernay having a pretty okay day on the returns. Nothing too crazy for him. 6:41 now to go in the period. Williams back under center. Starting to get loud again inside of Allegiant Stadium. Williams goes outside, caught by the rookie Colston Loveland as he breaks one tackle. Sat down, though, after a big tight hit. Landon Roberts unleashed the boom. Welcome to the NFL rookie moment. Number 2 of this one. Loveland, though, on the board in week number 4. Bears going single back again. Extra blitzer coming. Williams going to step and fire. Out in space. There goes DJ Moore. Out of bounds at the 50. A stiff arm in the mix as well. And there he goes. First catch goes for 19. And a Chicago Bear first down. What up, Retro? Bears going to win this one. They are looking pretty good offensively thus far. Defense got kind of shaky the last couple possessions, though. Bears back into enemy territory. Just the second time today, had that deep touchdown as Williams looking for another. DJ Moore again. That one goes for 13. Loveland thinks he's Bowers. He might. Not going to lie, these two teams actually, I would say, have 2 top 5 tight end rooms, if I'm being real. Kmet and Loveland, and then Bowers and Mayer. I like it. Those are 2 solid cores. 3 tight end set here. All signs point toward a handoff to DeAndre Swift. He gets it. And Landon Roberts again makes a clean cut tackle at the 34-yard line. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be touching Brock Bowers' tight end records for a while. Going to need an absolute stud to come and overtake that. And also an offense with not a whole lot of targets like the Raiders, you know. Second half of the second quarter. High snap collected there. Outside it goes to Cole Kmet. Met immediately. 1-yard pickup that time. Jeremy Chin on the tackle. That is where Trey Tucker's number 11 went to. The former Carolina Panther. No turnovers yet this evening through a game and a half. Will that change here? Raiders are sure hoping so. Caleb did turn the ball over last week in their near victory. 3rd and 6 here for Chicago. Pass to a wide open Cole Kmet. It's a 17-yard gain. Bears drive will march along back inside the red zone. 12 people in chat. Appreciate you guys joining me for a late game 2 of this doubleheader. Drop a like down below if you haven't yet already. Try to get to 10 in a more quiet streak. Playbook is back open here. A little lofted snap. Inside pass to Moore. A nice little move there. It's a 4-yard pickup. That snap just moved in like slow motion. What in the world was that? New tight end to watch the AFC West. Yeah, Antonio Gates, I guess, passed the torch. to Travis Kelce, and then Kelce passed it to him. I should reiterate that probably. 4-yard pickup there to DJ Moore. Handoff goes inside to Swift. Little jump cut, tries to bounce it left, and he's unsuccessful. Inside the 10, though, he does find that amount of success. 3rd and 3 for the Bears coming up. And again, a big opportunity for a stop for Vegas. They need this one. They get the ball at halftime, too, trying to make this a tie game. Force it a field goal, scored a touchdown. Can they do it? Plenty of options to choose from here, though, for Caleb Williams on a 3rd and 3. Screen pass set up out there. Caught by Swift inside the 5, 1st and goal. I was forgetting Kelce there, not going to lie. I mean, his production last year drastically slowed down. So, like, within good reason. But Antonio Gates was just legendary his entire career. And he also wasn't a guy that a lot of people dislike. So, there is that. Tight formation again here. 1st and goal from the 3. Williams off the bootleg. Sets, fires, back end zone looking for more. Knocked away, incomplete. Eric Stokes spots that one. I think Curry and Braun are both going to retire this season, sadly enough. I do see that happening in the future. Williams nearly picked off there. Lucky to see 2nd and goal. Same type of play, bootleg, back of the end zone. This time DJ Moore pulls free and has a touchdown. What a drive for the DJ Moore fantasy family. How about that? 4 catches and a touchdown. Come on, baby. Number 2 starting to feast here in Vegas. 4 catches that possession. Bears back ahead by 10 on the road. Significant. I love how they didn't shy away from the pass there. Caleb having himself a day, too. Passing touchdown number 3. You did tell me. The messenger was absolutely correct. Brock Bowers got to respond. Hey, if we can go Ben for Ben Santorio, I'm happy to do so. Cairo Santos been the man of the hour, on for the extra point here. Up and good. Very important drive there for Chicago to finish up. 11 plays, 74 yards, 4 minutes, 24 seconds. How about that? Love to see it. Got to take a look at our fantasy numbers currently. DJ Moore touchdown might be significantly important when it is all said and done. Still might need a catch or 2 from him to get above John Zeller when it's at its ends. But I think everything else should be looking okay fantasy-wise. At this rate, I think I might be taking week number 4, although Packer Prod really hasn't had a lot of guys play yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Raiders will take over and look for another touchdown to respond with. Out to the 25 on the return. Geno Smith coming back out. Here he goes. 20 people in chat, by the way. We are up to 7 likes. Appreciate all the love on the earlier stream. Yeah, poor Saquon, man. Poor Saquon. Ruined it all for you. You still had a very solid week. You should finish in the top 3, guaranteed. But nothing is ever promised in fantasy football. 2-minute drill time for Geno Smith. Needs a touchdown to respond with, and he finds a crosser. Brock Bowers, the touchdown scorer, wide open out in space. Gets the drive started. 13-yard pickup takes us to the 2-minute warning. A lot more offense in this battle. It's the Bears 21, the Raiders 10 at the 2-minute warning in the first half. Geno got some hero ball in him, I would agree. See if he can keep it up. Opens up the second half of the 2-minute warning from the empty. 5-step drop for Geno. Going deep downfield in Bowers' direction. And one heck of a catch from the Georgia Bulldog. Well, how about that, Santorio? Tyreek Stevenson overwhelmed by the size of number 89. Wow. What do they say? Evan, Brock Bowers down there somewhere? Wow. We are feasting. We are feasting today, aren't we? 4 catches, 60 yards and a touchdown there. I think DJ Moore's probably pretty close, if not even better. Raiders now taking their time. Geno still looking to fire. There's the backup tight end getting in on some love. Michael Mayer. 7-yard pickup. I guess that would be the inherent issue with Brock Bowers, is splitting reps with that man. A lot of 2 tight end sets often don't signify the initial benefit for the tight end 1. What up, Josiah Hernandez? Welcome back. Final minute now of the second quarter. Raiders still hanging on to all 3 of their timeouts as Smith goes down the middle and connects. That is Thornton on the reception. Timeout taken by the Raiders. Their first 56 seconds to go as they are inside the 30. And actually inside the 20. Didn't even know they got that far. Shout out Jermaine Pratt. Still a top 3 favorite name to say. I guess Bobby Okereke fell down because it's not Okereke like I thought it used to be. Fell down the chart a bit. Raiders burn their first time out there inside the red zone. Looking for a touchdown to respond with. Smith going back of the end zone, or toward it, I should say. Bowers there again. 15-yard pickup on the catch. Goal to go now for the Raiders. He did not get out of bounds, though. So it could be a clock situation like the Chiefs had. They have got to watch out for. But they can take their time. Don't want to give Williams too much to respond with. Here goes Gino. Steps to his right now, looking to take off. Cannot. Grady Jarrett again. That is his 3rd sack of the opening half. Top and soul for the pickup. Hey, you're within arm's reach. I'm assuming you got the Bears today. That would be the homer pick. Did you get the Chiefs earlier? Failed to ask that, I would assume. Sam Darnold at the moment. Might be. It is getting very interesting, isn't it? Raiders burn their second timeout. 18 seconds to go now. War of attrition here late in the second quarter. Bears rush 4. Gino backpedals. Now rolls left. Steps, fires, coming back forward is one of his receivers. It's Thornton again. Down at the 5. Timeout Raiders. Kyler Gordon chases him down there. Had to come back to make the catch, or it would have been a dangerous ball. Good credit there to Gino. Dante Thornton on the catch there. Stepping into a big role with Vegas this season. Raiders take their final timeout. Cannot afford to take a sack here. Gino got to be cognizant of that fact. Steps up in the pocket. Looking to take off. Not going to get there. And the half will end in disaster. How in the world do they manage? Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. Gino has a brain fart. Raiders will pay the price. Yeah. 2 Madden moments at the same part of the game in both games in the double header. How about that? Well, we should probably get the live poll out for you guys. Would have been a lot closer had the Raiders even kicked a field goal there, but Gino loses his head. Hey, and Madden loses even more respect from me if I even had any left. All right, there's your live poll. Don't forget to get your votes in. Second half is underway. Raiders are trying to make up from a very sloppy mistake to end that one. Out to the 26 they go. Gino going to get booed onto the field after the end of that half. Looking good for the Bears pick'ems, though. Absolutely brutal. Taki Smith was the only one to shut down Brock Bowers last year. I would probably agree with that. Would not shock me. Raider offense back out on the field after a nightmare ending to that previous possession. Backfield to their tailback, Ashton Jency. Hit hard after a 6-yard pickup. That is Tyreek Stevenson helping Tremaine Edmonds out on the tackle there. And the drive will continue, heading in the eastern direction. Smith again trying to make an adjustment here at the line. Check down football. First catch of the afternoon for Jacoby Myers. Wide receiver 1 taking his time to get started here. Need Bowers to moss someone. I need crazy catch animations to happen in Madden 26. I want to get out of my chair and scream. I mean, Madden just can't really have any of that happen for me. Not 25 at least. 2 tight ends set once again here. Gino going to hand off. Left side goes Jency. Good tackle made in the open field. That is Kevin Byer. What up, Notion Ty? Raiders is your team. Love to see it. They got to put their foot in the ground here offensively now and make magic happen. 2nd and 6 now. Ball up to the 45 of Vegas. Here goes Gino. Trying to find his tight end once again. Catch number 6 for Bowers out inside the 40. Maybe to lock up total season fantasy picks or points early. I would love for that to happen. The likelihood of that, though, probably rather low. We will see. I'm going to try. I think we should be able to get 6 weeks in for sure. But I'm going to make the pick 'em tonight. Week 5 will be for fantasy. Raiders back inside of Daniel Carlson range. Should have taken what they were given last possession. What a catch there on the slant route. Jacoby Myers. What up, Josh? Your voice never heard after this? Oh, it does. Not a lot, not usually. I actually have very strong vocal cords. That is something I'm not particularly showing gratefulness for a lot of times, but doing this a long time, it trains the stamina of them. Dante Thornton Jr. in press coverage down below. 1-on-1. 2nd and 2. Pass goes right back to Bowers, and right back to the red zone are the Raiders. Why do I stop the streams mid-season? Well, for one, I go back to school, so I get very busy with that and away from home. 2, when football season takes over, the interest of simulation football goes down significantly. That kind of is self-explanatory. So it all just kind of wraps up on its own. Gino once again, hands off to Chintz. He tries to get up top, and a terrific tackle made right there. Nothing going. Got the Xbox Series X? Let's go, Doshin Time. What are we playing on the Series X? After having a good week 4, sadly, yeah. You know how the pendulum swings, unfortunately. We'll see, though. I think Madden 26 will have half of week 5 under its belt. That is TBD, though. Got to watch Brock Bowers in the slot here on 2nd and 10. Gino rolls in his direction, fires off his back foot, incomplete. Where was that at the end of last half? Wow. Jalen Johnson was the closest there to an interception. Even Gino made sure he had no shot at that one. 9 votes right now in the live poll. Don't forget to get yours in. It is tied currently 4-1. Couple of plays going for no gain. Sets up a 3rd and 10. Gino surveys, fires to the end zone. Jacoby Myers untouched. Tremaine Edmonds running several strides behind him. Surrenders the TD. Geno Smith making up for that possession at the end of the 2nd quarter. Jacoby Myers with a legacy drive in the 3rd. That is, in fact, not Brock Bowers. Finally, the Bears are going to have an offensive possession. Feels like it's been a decade since they have last seen the field. Hoping for more of DJ Moore here. If Brock got that, yeah, it would have been. Could have been something. Las Vegas ready to go for 2 from the 2-yard line. As always, trying to get us within a field goal here. Dante Thornton Jr., the rookie out of Oregon, in motion. Left side pass goes his direction, and he's shut down. No gain on the play. Raiders shut down. That is the 2nd failed 2-point conversion of the day. Don't think we've ever had something like that happen. Good tackle there by Jalen Johnson out in the open field. Would he dive with one hand? I don't even know if I saw. Oh, in the back of the end zone? Yeah, that would have been ridiculous. Would have been crazy. Yeah, Sansoria making things interesting, though. You like 30 points from Bowers? You never know. I mean, he's already well up there, I feel like. Over 100 yards receiving for sure. I think he's got 7 catches. And a touchdown. He's probably around 24, 25. Crazy but true. Terrific kick there from Daniel Carlson. Return taken to the 28-yard line. Caleb takes over. 6:26 to go. Let's see if A-Rod, who left stream early, will have a correct prediction of a 3rd quarter interception. Well over 20 points. It would take a couple fumbles to knock you out of that range, I would take. We'll see. One more TD would be great. See if it happens. Bears lead is trimmed down to 5 here. Caleb back to work in the 2nd half. Caught by DJ Moore. Another reception for number 2. Oh, things you love to see. 9-yard pickup there on the turnaround. 2nd and a yard coming up. This is terrific. I thought for sure after the first couple of possessions that everybody but DJ was going to feast, but here we are. Why not? Raiders showing blitz on a 2nd and 1. Linebackers partially drop out open in spaces. Cole Kmet across midfield. Bears back to a scoring position. What up, Ty Felton? When is he playing? I don't know. Deals with every game from now on. Hey, man. They haven't lost this game yet unless you're giving up on your Raiders. I don't know. 5 black jerseys this time on the line of scrimmage. Williams steps up in the pocket, narrowly avoids a sack, will pick up a first down. Look at QB1 rumble. And he lets the Raider fans know it. 15-yard pickup on the scramble. Nick Kurtz right now, by the way, 5 for 5 with 3 homers. Goodness gracious. That's ridiculous. Insane. Midway point of the third quarter has been reached. Extra blitzer coming. Checked out, caught. This is the third string tight end, whom I don't even have on the roster right now. I don't go that far. Bears are reaching down the depth chart. I know somebody in chat's going to beat me to it. Durham Smith. That is the former Dolphin. 7-yard pickup on the check down. Handoff goes to Swift, and he meets Adam Butler. 315 pounds of brute force at the 24. And 3rd and 2, crucially upcoming. Arturo gave up. Oh no. Things you hate to see. Massive 3rd down here in the third quarter. Williams off the play action. Steps to his right, fires a check down, caught by a diving Rome Odunze. Caleb had the easiest touch pass of his life, and he nearly put that one too far outside his frame. Terrific effort, though. Drive remains alive. Arturo is beyond passionate. We can only wish to reach his level of passion as football fans. Chicago knocking on the doorstep of the red zone again. This time the handoff does go to DeAndre Swift. Adam Butler there will split the tackle with the Landon Roberts. 3 yards picked up that time. It's been a very entertaining game, I must say. Lots of firepower on both offenses. Been one heck of a show. Well, wasn't built today. It's what we said. Rome might be built today after that deep touchdown. All the Bears wide receivers getting in on the love from Caleb today, who pumps left and now will fire a check down. Caught by Komet. Breaks a tackle. Catapulted backward at the 14. Somehow that turned into a positive play. Darnay Holmes again. Kind of just coughed that one up a bit. 3rd and short, though, for Chicago. Playbook wide open. Olamide Zaccheaus lines up in the slot on a 3rd and 4. Raiders rush 4 again. Pass down the middle is broken up, incomplete. Raiders get their stop. There he is, Jermaine Pratt, the former Bengal. Been waiting for him to have his name called today. Darnell Mooney's injured. Oh, boy. 31-yard chip shot coming up here for Cairo Santos. It is up, and it is good. Bears extend their lead back to 8, but it is a one-possession football game from Allegiant Stadium in Paradise, Nevada. 2:18 left in the third quarter. Raiders have more than a fighter's chance here, especially with how Madden treats the Chicago Bear football games. There is never a lead that is too large and never an amount of time that is too little. If there's one thing I have learned from these Sims, kickoff will head back toward the Raiders. Return taken from the 7-yard line all the way up to the 30. Geno Smith has a huge drive ahead of him. Jacoby Myers caught 3 passes on that drive, including the touchdown to bring Vegas back within a score. Now searching for a game-tying touchdown and 2-point conversion. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Does chat believe 60% of the vote in favor of the Raiders? How about it? Chat loving an underdog story with their democracy. I admire the chat's will. Smith going to open up a crucial drive from under center. The handoff goes to Ashton Jensen. He breaks a tackle, and the Bears linebackers playing pinball with the rookie. Winds up a 5-yard gain, but the wear and tear may not have been worth it. Boise State Bronco bucked around there a little bit. Under 2 to go now in the third period. Almost every Chicago Bear down in the box here, anticipating a handoff, but it's Chino off the play action, sets his feet, goes near sideline. What a hit! Michael Mayer couldn't hang on, and for good reason. Kyler Gordon, once again, an absolute off-the-ball menace. Big hit delivered. 3rd and 5 for Vegas. 1 receiver left and 3 to the right. Ashton Jency to the left of Gino. 3rd and 5 from the 35. Gino running for his life, had to fire that one away. And this Chicago secondary really helping out their defensive line, working off each other brilliantly in week number 4. That is a significant stop there for this Bears defense. A.J. Cole on for the punt, looking for another booming kick. As this one off of his right foot, sounded good, looks terrific. Return taken from the 16 up to the 20, and the Bears have a long football field ahead of them if they want to take a 2-score lead. Caleb, though, looking for a stroke of good fortune. I think he might find it. I'll be honest, though, I don't know who I picked. I think I picked Chicago. I'm hoping for a turnover here. I want this game to go to overtime. Been thoroughly entertaining. Cannot lie. 1st and 10 begins with play action. And the outside pass goes to the running back, DeAndre Swift. The last option is the only option this time around. Winds up a 2-yard pickup. Let's take a look at the Raiders' 2025 schedule coming up here in the next couple of weeks, just out of sheer curiosity. They take on the Colts next week and then the Titans in week 6 before Kansas City in week 7. Here goes Williams again, checks it down, caught by Swift. That time picks up 4. Jermaine Pratt with the tackle into the final minute now of the 3rd period. Not going to get any easier there for the Raiders. And as for the Chicago Bears, after this, they take on the Commanders in Washington, looking for revenge there, and then the Saints at home in week number 6. 3rd and 4 again here for Chicago. Williams is going to go outside to his running back, barely gets it out there, and Swift goes nowhere. Chicago again will punt. 3 and outs. Which should take us probably to the 4th quarter. And we'll see. Maybe Torrey Taylor will try to get this punt off quicker. Raiders look to send the house on the punt here. Well protected, though, is Taylor. Stands tall. Return, though, is taken from the 30-yard line, and some space for Trey Tucker. At the 45, taken down, and the 4th quarter is upon us at Allegiant Stadium. Bears 24, Raiders 16. Las Vegas defense has certainly woken up in the second half. Handoff goes to Chency. He'll lose 2 more. Another tackle made in the backfield. Chicago defense hard to deny. They look beyond good at this point. Only got to put together a couple more stops here if they want to maintain a potential 3-1 record. How about that to kick off the year for Chicago? Similar start to last year before they fell off the rails, and a lot of people blaming the Hail Mary against Washington. Here goes Gino, though, from the backfield. Trey Tucker picked out. That'll gain 8 yards. Nicely done there across the 50. 3rd and short usually signifies Brock Bowers, if I'm going to be honest. You might be in good luck here, if I must be so true to myself. Could be 4-down territory here for Geno Smith, who fires down the middle, converts it anyway. Ashton Chency, 19 yards through the air. And he can hurt you in just as many ways offensively. Raiders into enemy territory, deep into a scoring position. Significant conversion at this point in the contest. Playbook is back to wide open on 1st down and 10. Gino, though, from the shotgun. Thornton, the motion man again. You know how quick he can be out in the open field. Gino backing up, rolling left, stepping up in the pocket, take it off inside the red zone, slides down at the 11. This time they're happy to see number 7 hang on to the football and carry it for a couple extra. What'd you miss? When'd you leave? I can fill you in on some of the stuff that you weren't here to see. Not a whole lot has happened, to be honest with you. I formation look here for the Raiders. Left side handoff goes to Jency. Hole opens up down to the 5. Lost the football. And the Bears recover. What a time for the opening turnover. Chicago inside their own 10. Wow. And we'll have to take a second look to see if the football was loose. Awfully close there. I think the left forearm of Jency might have been down. I don't know. This should absolutely at least be reviewed, because that was close. But again, it's the wear and tear I've been talking about, and it will, as expected. We are going to get a second look at the left knee and left elbow of Ashton Jency. Did the rookie make a crucial mistake? And it doesn't look like he did. That knee was down well before the football was jarred loose. Raiders should take over from the 5-yard line. What up, Saints fan? And the correct call is eventually made. And here come the officials. And the call is overturned. Raiders will maintain possession. What a crucial decision down the stretch of this one. I thought live that was actually a fumble based on the way it happened, but hey, good for the officials to get that one correct. Jacoby Myers one-on-one up top. Here goes Gino off the bootleg, steps up in the pocket, rolling to his right side, steps up, trying to angle toward the corner, and rushes for no gain. Noah Sewell there with the tackle. Should we commentate with you next live? I unfortunately don't even have the access for that on my own end with how limited I am with my console's restrictions. So, would love to, but not today. Raiders on a 3rd and 4. Good protection for Gino. Rolling left, stepping up, and gonna be sacked again. Number 5 for the Bears defense. And it's number 2 for Tayo Odeyingbo. Now 4th and 10. What do you do if you are Vegas? Gino's decision-making, man. Killer. Absolutely killer. Carlson on for a chip shot here. Raiders drive again. Ends in disaster. 28-yarder from the left hash here for number 8. It's up and good. All right. Raiders back within 5 points. So a field goal is tolerated if you are the Raider defense, but a touchdown is an absolute no-go. They have got to protect the end zone with their life. Live look in on the poll now. It was 60% Raiders, now 52% Bears, with the 21 votes favoring Chicago here. Can't wait for Madden 26. You're going to be both only a couple weeks away. Hard to believe it is almost that time of the year for a new Madden. Can't wait to have another full house for that one. Should be a whole lot of fun. Bears on the return from inside their own 5 out to the 25-yard line. And what an important drive coming up here for number 18. 6 minutes, 27 seconds to go in regulation. Touchdown likely amplifies them to a 3-1 record. Raiders trying to win today to get back to 500. They have outgained Chicago today. How about that? Needing a stop now more than ever, though, is this Raider defense. Handoff goes inside and pulled backward. DeAndre Swift will lose half a yard on the carry. Malcolm Kuntz there on the tackle. Time still ticking. Keep an eye up top on the deep threat. DJ Moore, handoff goes inside to Swift. Little stiff arm there, trying to break tackles. Musters a yard out of disaster. But Raiders were ready. All 3 of them. And extra help came late from Jeremy Chin as well. 26 people in chat. If you haven't liked the stream yet, what are you waiting for? Entertainment here. Allegiant Stadium getting loud once again. 3rd and 9. Trying to rally behind their defense. Williams down the middle finds a wide open DJ Moore through the seams. It's a 22-yard gain. Crowd silenced again. Their offense has never looked better than these last couple of weeks. And even their divisional rivals will have to admit that to be the case. Chicago hanging out around midfield here. Extra blitzer coming up the weak side. Caleb is dumped down. Darnay Holmes on the sack. Finally, the Raiders pass rush gets home. Took 35 minutes. But thy will be done. Black hole in the backfield. Not much bombing will do. Hey, I'll take it. No complaints for me over here. Sets up a 2nd and 20. Williams going to quick fire inside, get some yards back there to Adunze. Smart play to set up a 3rd and long. What up, Leontre? Oh, good man. What up, Skeptor? Second I joins, Williams takes a sack. Yeah, man. That's the first he's taken all day, though. He has looked a lot better in the opening half. Been a rough second half for Chicago. Only 3 points this one. Raiders tried to prevent a 1st down conversion. Final 4 minutes now of regulation. Williams, well protected, steps up, takes off, nowhere near. Raiders will finally stop them. Check here in a minute here, Leontre. Let me take a gander. So Reed Saylor on for the punt once again. And he will boot this one back toward the Raiders. Terrific kick, angling inside the 10, out of bounds at the 1. What a punt! Perhaps the punt of the year. That is crazy. Leontre, I cannot even find yours. What's it under? What's the username behind it? Oh, wait. No. I thought I found it. I did not. I'll look for here in a minute. Torrey Taylor pins the Raiders at the 1.5 yard line. Handoff goes to Jency, and he barely gets out of there. Thought for sure he took a safety. What up, Trex? Wow, that was close. Wow. Not much of a power back at all. And nearly got swallowed whole there. Ashton Jency almost took a safety there. Ball at the 1 yard line again. Hand off to Jency up the middle. This time picks up a yard. Still tackled in his own end zone. And Chicago suffers an injury. And the clock will stop. This is crazy. What do the Raiders even do, though? I mean, it can't be 4 down territory from here. It can't go on like this. You can't have it happen from here. Throw to Bowers, that's the solution. Does Geno have time to throw the football, though? That's the imminent question at hand. Will they even try? Does it look like that's going to be an option from their own 2 yard line? 3rd down and 9, handoff going to Jency, cuts up the middle, and he finds a 1st down. The drive remains on go. When in doubt, leave it in the hands of your rookie running back, Ashton Jency. Unreal conversion. In a very good diversion there from the Raider offensive line to block outside, have Jency cut back in and convert. Looks like he gets a break here. On 1st and 10, Geno looking to throw the football downfield, and another 1st down. Dante Thornton Jr. will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's the Bears 24, the Raiders 19, coming down to the wire. Raiders trying to piece together a 99-yard game-winning touchdown drive. How awesome would that be? What up, Charles Thomas? OG in the house. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. Geno Smith looking to play hero ball. Down the middle he goes. One-handed catch is secured. Dante Thornton threw some heavy contact there. Right behind him, Jalen Johnson giving him bear hugs. 3-yard pickup, though. Well, that one's all said and done. Used to be Chicago Cardinals. True. Here goes Geno. 2nd and 7. 1st down converted again. Dante Thornton Jr. Raiders burn their opening timeout. I completely missed that trivia question, by the way. Too busy admiring the Torrey Taylor punts. The original 14 NFL teams, there are only 2 remaining out of the original 14. Chicago Bears and one other team. Yes, that would be correct. Good shot there. 1:31 left to go now in the fourth quarter. Chino backpedaling, near sideline pass, caught out of bounds. Jacoby Myers. That is a winning play on all cylinders. 5 seconds off the clock, 8 yards off the field. And it's only second down. Bears just can't have a comfortable win ever. You should know by now. Even in Madden, it reflects pretty well. No targets yet on this drive for Brock Bowers. Had a terrific opening half. Well, that changed here. Gino going up top and broke it up. Jalen Johnson steps in and makes a huge play. Brock Bowers' touchdown could feed here. That would also open the door to a DJ Moore touchdown. So you know what? I'm here for it. Why not? Jalen Johnson with a terrific pass break up there. Sets up an interesting 3rd and 2. Gino gonna look deep down the field and open out in space is Trey Tucker. Tackled out of bounds by a brigade of Bears at the 25-yard line. It took a couple. Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Johnson, the whole lot of them. But he stops the clock with 1:15. Gino knew exactly what seam was going to be open there as well. Raider offense trying to keep it going here in the western direction. Extra blitzer thought about coming. Outside pass to Bowers is there. And he stays in bounds. No, he gets out of bounds at the 20. Awfully generous there if you ask me. Although at this point in time, should not be an impactful matter. Although I said that at the end of the first half and the Raiders proved me wrong. So you know what? We'll take the stoppage. Nothing wrong with that. 3 tight end set once again here for Vegas. Chino. Little RPO up top, caught out in space. It's Myers. That's the first down. Inside now, the 15 and the final minute. What up, Games? Ravens did not win today. They came up just short, 19-24. Henry had a very bad game, so we are going to give you that touchdown from the first half of that stream. 40 seconds to go now. Raiders try to take better care of the clock here in half number 2 than they did in the first half. Gino going to find Bowers and acrobatically finds the end zone. What effort from the second-year tight end. Holy cow. There you go, Santorio. Wow. Gonna have to rename Brock Bowers the human dreidel after the stud he just pulled. Oh yeah, plenty of time. This 2-point conversion also significant. You can't undermine that. I'm telling you, we might have overtime on the horizons here. Don't doubt it. Had to wait and see though. Raiders trying to convert on their second attempt on the 2-point conversion. Gino going low, that is caught but shut down again. Bears doing a terrific job from the 2-yard line. So the case is set. Field goal wins the game for Chicago. 34 seconds, all 3 timeouts. Caleb has done it in less time with less timeouts, as we saw last week. Raiders, though, how about it? Take their first lead of the contest 38.5 minutes into it. 39.5 minutes. Crazy. That's how the cookie crumbles. Or does it? Bears are looking for another game-winning drive out of Caleb. 30 seconds to go. And they are roughly 38 yards away from a Cairo Santos comfortable game winner. Can they find it? Low-key feel like a Caleb pick is coming up here. Not going to lie. We'll have to wait and see, though. Target line is the 37 of Las Vegas. Caleb has all 3 timeouts to work with. Looking for another game-winning drive. Starts out with a swing pass to Swift. Not very effective there. Does get out, though. And saves a timeout. 2-yard pickup on the check down. Option 1, 2, and 3 were closed down deep downfield. This is one heck of a contest. And we have 29 people in here awaiting to see how this one ends up. Bears and Raiders down to the wire. Looking like Vegas only going to rush 3 here. Now they bring a 4th late. Williams steps in, finds an open man, Zacchaeus. And a timeout taken. 21 seconds left It is third down, though. John Zeller with a 999. Stop with the Caleb Pick talk. Hey, man, let me not manifest bad things, but I got to, you know what? A-Rod's not here. Somebody has to do it for him spiritually. If you know, you know. Might still have 2 timeouts, but it's an important play as it is a third down. Williams going to go up top and pull it 3. DJ Moore being chased from behind, and he's gone. The Bears have done it again. Things you love to see. Number 1 million. How about that? Unbelievable. I bought that. Allegiant Stadium absolutely shocked as DJ Moore pulls free and might have just given Chicago another victory. But again, there's time. Oh, the heartbreak. The absolute anguish. And here we go. Bears are going to go for 2, trying to make this a 7-point lead. 14 seconds to go. Handoff goes to Swift. Not going to get there. Landon Roberts on the stop. What up, pizza? Bauer scores again. I will send. Hey, man, you and me are having the days of our lives right now. Days of our fantasy football players. Holy cow. And with that donation, John Zeller is over the $200 donated mark. Huge shout out to our number 1 patron on the channel. Overtaking Chile in first place again. And he doesn't know about it. That's the funniest part. Can the Bears blitz Chino? I still think Chino's going to have a heave. I really hope we have some drama coming up here at the very end. Would be hilarious. Going to end the live poll here, though. 15 of the votes in favor of the Bears. They win the live poll. Can they win the game? That is the question. Poor Arturo, man. Guy needs a new team. Here we go. Kickoff will be brought out from the end zone. Maybe not a very good decision there from the Raiders. Precious time comes off the clock, and they are not even rewarded with good field position. Yeah, he ain't going to be happy with me. He thinks I have some personal vendetta against the Raiders. It's not my fault, man. I just pressed the go live button. That's all I can do. Unreal. And what can the Raiders do here? 10 seconds and 2 timeouts. As Chino backpedals. We'll check this one now. Caught by Chensi, and they will have one more heave. 69 yards away from the end zone. I must say it is not looking good. Disappointing. 2-12 my sim season. Yeah, it's not just me, man. Maybe they're just not that good. Not yet. Got to prove themselves in real life, too. One final play. Raiders are trying to pull a reverse Bears on the final play of the fourth quarter. Chino running for his life. Had to fire that one into no man's land. And the pressure of the Bears does it. Caleb Williams, the hero again. 30-25 win. They are 3-1. Raiders fall to 1-3. Another Bears classic. That every week so far this season, they have had something crazy happen. Week 1, they lose on a game-winning touchdown in the last minute against McCarthy and the Vikings. Game 2, they win inside the 2-minute warning to DJ Moore against the Lions. Week 3, we all know what happened there. In week 4, we go again. Unbelievable. As we take a look at the player statistics, there are your quarterbacks. What a game from Chino. Other than that mishap at the end of the opening half, which did come back to bite him. But there is that. What a game for Master Genty as well. Caleb has some good rushing yards. Here are the receiving stats, though. Look at us go, Arturo. Santorio. Look at that. Arturo, I apologize, man. Brutal bad beat for your Raiders. It just doesn't get better. Look at that. Nobody else even touching 70 yards. Trey Tucker had a pretty good game, too, but wow. Unbelievable. That's going to help out big time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed both games of our doubleheader tonight. Back to one game, Sunday Night Football between the Packers and the Cowboys. Should be an absolute banger. Don't want to miss it.